Hello students, so today we're going to look at how to put all these transformations together that we've been learning on about since the beginning of time. So today, you're going to want notes, pen or pencil, colored pencils or your pens, however you've been marking in your amplitude and whatnot, and you're probably going to want a calculator today. So just to keep in our minds, our amplitude, remember, was the absolute value of whatever A was. Your period, you did 2 pi divided by your B, whatever B was. Increment was your period divided by your 4. Horizontal shift was whatever H was, and your vertical shift was K. Now remember, horizontal shift, we had to think opposites. Your vertical shift was correct, right where you saw it. So this is going to be a lot of colors. You're going to want to have all 3 colors you've been using regularly on your assignments out today because you need those today. So here is my very first problem. Look how gross it kind of looks, but actually it's not too bad. So very first thing, I see a negative. So I'm going to make sure I make a little note to myself. Hey, this is flipped. So my amplitude is 1. Period. I don't have a B. Thank goodness. So 2 pi divided by 1 is just 2 pi. My increment then, 2 pi divided by 4. I'll just have a pi out of 2 increment. Horizontal shift. My horizontal, remember, is inside here. So I'm going to move left 3 pi out of 2. And then I'm going to vertical shift of up 3, because it's a positive 3, right? And my domain is all real. So let's go ahead and graph here. So I'm going to move left 3 pi out of 2. So let's make ourselves enough room over on the left here so that I can graph that in. Let's figure out our vertical shift. So my vertical shift, remember, was purple. Yours might be a different color. I'm going to go up 3 for my vertical shift. So 1, 2, 3. So that's going to be my actual x-axis right here. There we go. Now let's figure out our amplitude from there. So my amplitude is 1. So I'm going to go up 1. It's going to be one of my amplitudes. Here's my other amplitude right here. Put a little mark here. That's 2. And this is 4. There we go. Okay, now let's go ahead and fill in our increments. So I'm going to go pi out of 2. I'm going to go pi. 3 pi out of 2. 2 pi. 5 pi out of 2. 3 pi. And 7 pi out of 2. There we go. So now I'm going left 3 pi out of 2. So I need to go backwards here. So negative pi out of 2, negative pi, and then negative 3 pi out of 2. Now to mark in my new y-axis, I'm going to mark in with green because that was my horizontal shift, remember? So I'm going to put in some green here. That's going to be my new y-axis. So now I get to graph my function. So I'm going to do cosine, remember, flipped. So I'm going to start at my lowest amplitude, start there, go up, and then go down, bounce, 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 go through, and then bounce. There we go. So 1 full period here, 1 full period there. So then my range, I marked in 2 and 4. So 2, y, 4. There we go. Let's graph this one. So my amplitude is A, which is 3. My period is 2 pi divided by pi over 2. Now, your pi's cancel off, which is kind of awesome. And 2 divided by a half is 4. If you need help on your calculator, make sure you do that. Your increment is 4, because that's my period, divided by 4, which is just 1, which is wonderful, isn't it? Horizontal shift, I am going to move opposite of what I think, so right 2. Vertical shift, I'm going to go up 1. There we go. Domain, all reals. So let's go ahead and graph this in. Let's first figure out where am I going to be on my vertical. Purple, so my vertical shift is up 1. So that's going to be my new x-axis. Let's put that in there. Okay. My amplitude then with my blue is up 3 from there. So 1, 2, 3. So this is one of my amplitudes. Oop, there you go. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Down 3, 1, 2, 3 would be my next amplitude. Hopefully your lines are a little straighter than mine. Mine obviously don't look very straight. This is -2 right there. Okay, let's label in our increments. This is my increment is 1. So here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, here's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm going to go a little more. Alright, so I went right 2. So with my green, because remember, that was my horizontal shift marker, I'm going to go right 2. So right here. That's going to be the start of my graph. So now, sine of 3, not flipped. Gotta check that. So sine, I'm going to go through the middle here. So it's going to go right here, start over there. Go up, bounce, go through, go all the way down, all the way back up, all the way there. Oh, didn't bounce very well there, but there we go. So I made one full rotation and another full period. So please make sure you always go through that. I didn't touch my amplitude very well there, but as long as you're pretty dang close, make sure you're close enough that you're actually touching it though, okay? And that's the end of this video. This is Miss Marsh, signing off.